take this and stick it in our mouth.
Okay.
Okay, good. It came inside there. I was like, that's a used reed. No, it's good.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna put it in your mouth.
Okay.
And just like let like saliva naturally collect around it. And like you can turn it over. You can just let it stay there if you want. Some people soak like both sides, but you do not have to do that because the butt end of the reed isn't as absorbent anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll do that for a bit. While we do that, you can take out the rest of it. So you're gonna take the head joint. I think it's actually called something else, but I call it the head joint. No one bats an eye. And you're gonna take the mouthpiece. That's fine. And the ligature. This is the ligature.
Yeah.
So what you're going to do now...
Should I face this way?
Yeah, you can face there.
Okay.
We're just going to focus on the mouthpiece and the ligature right now. So once it's nice and soaked, what you're going to do is you're going to take the ligature in whatever hand. I usually put it in my dominant hand. If you're left-handed, put it in your left.
Yeah.
And you're going to align the mouthpiece with the curved, like sloping side towards you. You're going to align it with the top of the mouthpiece head, so that there is, like, if you look at it with the bottom of it parallel to the floor, you can see a little bit of the black poking out on top.
Yeah.
So there's just a little bit of a lip above the above the reed.
Yeah.
You kind of see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can just hold it there with your thumb or your finger, whatever you want, but I would recommend holding it with your thumb near the bottom, just so that you can maintain it there, well, before we do our next step. And you can also adjust this later.
Okay.
But then what you're going to do is you're going to take your ligature, and you're going to put it with the screws facing you and slide it over the top of it. You want the middle split of the ligature to be about in the middle of the reed. And then that might have messed up your alignment, but while it's not tightened, you can still kind of move stuff around a bit more securely.
Yeah.
So if you're still good to go, you can.
Yeah.
Good. And now what you want to do is you want to just tighten this until you get more than a little bit of resistance, but not when you're to the point where you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Because then it'll be really solid.
Yeah. Both of them?
Yeah, you can do both of them.
Okay.
Some people do like different tensions on either one for like different levels of freedom. It's like, it's all crazy to me.
Is that?
Yeah, that feels about right. Yeah. A little bit, but you can go a little bit further than that.
Okay.
Yeah, that works. So now what you're going to do is we're going to do sounds on every different part of the instrument. So on this one, what I want you to do, I want you to like, first I want you to like separate your teeth from each other. So just like let your jaw hang inside your mouth. And then kind of like to relax the muscles in your mouth, just go kind of like if you're a brass player trying to like recover after check 6. And you just do that again. Just let things like hang there. Totally relaxed right here. And then, keeping as much relaxed as possible, what I want you to do is I want you to bite your lower lip, like you're trying to get someone's attention. So I want you to just like that. A little bit more than that, actually. You're going to go a little bit past. Not quite onto the scruff, but a little bit past. And then, what you're going to do is I'll show you how that works, because what happens is the bottom is tooth, lip, and then reed.
Okay.
And the top is teeth.
Yeah.
And then around it is a relaxed but airtight embouchure. Can we try that?
Yeah.
So yeah. And you're also going to put a little bit more than you think of the mouthpiece in your mouth.
Okay.
Yeah. And just try to maintain that pressure, closing around the corners. So the squeezing you get is because you're pressing a little too hard, and also take a little bit more of the mouthpiece in your mouth. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. That's more of the sound that we want instead of the squeak.
Yeah.
So we can start with that. Do that again. Yeah. Good. So now what we can do is we can take the head joint or the head piece, and what you're going to do is you're just going to slide it down the cork. And I try to get it pretty much as far down as possible. If you're having trouble, we can use cork grease to get it a bit further down. Just apply this like chapstick around the cork. Yeah. Because that's also, the one I got you is a fresh saxophone, so it probably doesn't have anything on it.
Should I take it off? Yeah,
take that. You can just pull it off. It's pretty forgiving with like how rough you treat it. And then what you want to do is you can just like chap this around the whole thing. If there's a little extra, we can like use the rag to wipe it up after it gets pressed off, because some of that's going to get pushed to the bottom. Yeah. So now what we can do, now that it's lubed up, you can slide the piece on. Snag this just for. Yeah, you can also. What I usually do is I actually use this as my lever, so I like push down from there. You can use the. Different people have different strategies. Yeah, and you can wipe off whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We'll tune it because I want to tune them before we get our saxophones in check.
Yeah.
So now you're going to do the exact same thing using a warm air. You're going to get a pitch. So yeah, so that's good. So what you're getting is a little bit of a really harsh sound that you can't sustain.
Yeah.
So what I think that you can do, try relaxing the throat a little bit so that you're not tightening up.
Yeah.
And if you just look, it's hard to see inside, but if you look, it's like I usually go lip first, teeth. And as I blow, it's a very direct airflow.
Yeah.
That kind of is shaped by this cone of my cheeks. My cheeks don't come out at all. So yeah. Yeah. That's a lot better. Try that with me. Good pitch matching. You're kind of noticing that the airspeed actually changes the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push it a bit more.
Also, I don't know, when I was putting it on, the reed kind of.
Oh yeah, we should move that. Yeah, I can move that for you. So whenever it just moves, you can just take it out. We can move this a little bit too. Push this down just a hair. The reed placement, when we first started playing on saxophone, the reed placement was the biggest thing for me at first, because I was getting multiphonics, and he was like, well, that's a technique that takes years to and I'm just like, well, guess I'm a prodigy. Now I can't make multiphonics at all. So, yeah, so you can find the sweet spot, and you're kind of oscillating around it. Yeah. Try to like use more or less, push in and out using. It's always with diaphragmatic air, like singer's breath.
Yeah.
And then when you find it, try to hold that, just like almost as though you will have like a bellows, right?
Yeah.
A bellows, and you were like at a certain speed, the bellows are going to get a sound, and once you find it, just do the rest. So like, let's try that. And the pitch won't be the same right now, but. Yeah, fantastic, good. So now what we can do is we can get our instruments out. So you have a better neck strap than I do. And we're not going to swing these over just yet, but can you grab your saxophone?
Mm-hmm.
Now your saxophone should have a cap on the end. You can take that off right now at the very top.
Oh yeah.
And just throw that back in your case. And what you're going to do is there's a screw here at the top. Just like unscrew that so that's loose. It doesn't have to be all the way out, just so that's loose. And then you're going to have the sax facing you. And you're going to just push the top of the head joint into it. So that this bar comes in contact with the top. So this bar actually, we're probably not going to get to this today, but that is the octave key. So that's what this is.
Yeah.
And then what you can do now is you can just tighten that guy up so that this won't move. And then with the positioning of the strap and everything, we'll adjust this right now. But you're going to hook the end of your strap into there's a little loop. Yeah, you see it's right there. Yeah. And what you want it to be able to do is if you're sitting closer to the edge of your chair, you want it to be close enough to your face that if it's up, it's in your mouth. So like, because it's kind of a heavy instrument. So what you can just do is tighten it up a bit. And you'll have to lift it a little bit, but there you go. And the strap for me, I don't know if it's the same for you, but I can literally just like grab both sides and pull.
That was too much.
Yeah, just pull it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
So try now, without any fingers down, the note we're going to get is a C sharp, or notes around a C sharp.
Mm-hmm.
And find that same warm air, lips on the bottom, teeth on top, and closed embouchure. Ready? Wow. Fantastic. Let's see how long we can hold it. So take a deep breath from the diaphragm, and then just keep that air going through. Ready? Yeah, take a breath, take a breath. Yeah. That's the thing about wind instruments, it's really bizarre. It's kind of like, wow, I can just do this all day, but I can't breathe all day. I mean, I can, but not this way. So now what I want you to do is we're going to get some pitches in. So, I'm
doing
alto.
The opposite hand, I see.
Oh, yeah. So, I've never even explained that. So your thumb goes underneath the thumb rest here.
Yes.
And then your other thumb gets placed on this little pad,
mm-hmm.
which kind of allows you to pivot around and hit this.
Yeah.
So, what I want you to do, these hands are just going to rest only on these mother of pearl keys here.
Oh.
We're really just going to deal with these keys.
Yeah.
So these ones up here, if you can finger with me.
Yes.
Are
where are we? There we go.
Let me just. So this is B.
Mm-hmm.
One finger is B.
Mm-hmm.
Two is A, and this is G.
Okay.
This is G. So let's start right at the third, just the first finger, and below that. Now do A, and then G. Excellent. Now let's do them in a slur, so without doing any articulation or anything like that. Ready? Yeah, so you're noticing that it's easy to go to the top octave.
Yeah. Make
sure that you're not accidentally hitting the key when you get down there.
Yeah.
Because this thing, if you go... Yeah. So make sure you're not hitting that by accident. So then the other thing is that your air just needs to be just slow enough while still activating the reed. Because what I tend to do is I tend to do it too fast. Because it'll go da-da-ba.
Yeah.
Let's try to get it da-da-da. Hot cross buns. Ready? And...